The 2025 BMW M5 is almost here, and here's everything that we know about it so far. What's going on, guys? My name's Chris. I primarily make car vlogs about actually building and customizing my BMW M5. Every now and then I like to talk about topics in the car world, car news in general, and being a big BMW M5 fan, this is right up my alley. So today we're going to talk about everything that we know so far about the 2025 BMW M5. Let's get into it right now. Here we go. Sit down and buckle up for this one because this BMW M5 is the most powerful BMW M5 in history. BMW M5s have always been a perfect balance between performance and luxury, and the 2025 BMW is no different. But this is not just the most complex and most high-performing BMW M5 in history, it's also the heaviest. So does that hold it back performance-wise? Well, let's talk about that right away. So the most important part of this car, like any car, is obviously the engine. The 2025 BMW M5 comes equipped with a 4.4 liter twin turbocharged V8 equipped with an electric motor as well. It's a hybrid that delivers a whopping 717 horsepower. But it's not just an ordinary V8, as I mentioned. It's a V8 that produces 577 horsepower alone. But paired with the hybrid electric motor, it gets an additional 194 horsepower. Based on the research I've done and what I've read so far, this car goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour, or roughly 100 kilometers per hour, in just 3.4 seconds. Now, with the M button pushed, the absolute maximum speed of this car is reported to be 190 miles per hour, or 305 kilometers per hour. This thing is insane. We're starting to turn cars into literal jets. This is crazy. And the most wild thing about the M5 that goes back every single generation, I myself drive a BMW M5 E60, the V10, the notoriously most unreliable and craziest BMW ever built, in my opinion. But this stands true for all the M5s. They pack so much power, they drive like an M2 or an M3, basically a go-kart, but it's a four-door sedan that can fit the whole family. It's the most insane pairing in cars of all time. This crazy power and crazy driver's package with a four-door luxury big sedan. Now this M5 comes equipped with the boost control setting that BMW has introduced. To activate this, what a driver has to do is pull the left paddle back for over 1 second, so basically downshifting, holding the paddle for more than 1 second. The boost will then be turned on. It's basically like the M button, I believe, in the old BMWs. And once you hold it for more than 1 second, it turns all the settings to the sportiest setting. Now, it's reported that this feature is only usable between 30 kilometers and 150 kilometers per hour. So I guess they want you to use it when you're passing somebody, when you're on highway speeds and you want to get around someone. It's like the M button of the old M's. To put it simply, imagine you're on an old windy road and you have to pass a car in a single lane. You have to get around them quick. You downshift, you hold that paddle for an extra second. It then gives you all 717 horsepower that the M5 has to offer, and you're just gone. You're around that guy like it's nothing. With my 2006 M5, the way to do this is you literally push the M button that's on the steering wheel. It turns off all the horsepower regulators, gives you all 507 horsepower that M5 has to offer, and the same thing, you're just on your way. Unfortunately, as much as I love my M5, I think performance and speed-wise, it's not going to be able to compete with the 2025. Obviously, it's also like a million years old at this point. The M5 also obviously has incredible braking power, 16-inch brake discs up front, 15.7-inch brake discs in the rear, and you also can get the M carbon ceramic brakes if you want as an option. They're going to cost you a zillion more dollars, but if you're already in the market for a 25 M5, it's probably not your biggest concern. Those ceramic brakes are going to look incredible, and they're also going to actually shave off 55 pounds off the car, which is something you may want to do because, as I mentioned, this is the heaviest M5 in history because it actually weighs 5,390 pounds, which is 1,100 more than the second heaviest M5. So this thing's got an insane engine and crazy power, basically pushing a tank or a boat down the road. This car was also tested on a track over in Austria. I watched some videos and read an article on it, and they said that this thing is an absolute track beast due to the BMW M5's rear steer system. And the way they put it in the article is basically that this thing doesn't even break a sweat ripping around these tracks. They compared this car with the BMW M4 CS and actually said that the traction and the handling on the 2025 BMW M5 is much smoother, much better, tends to lean on the oversteer side, but with that incredible torque that this car has, it gives it much better traction and much more road hug than the M4 CS. So it actually makes the car very agile considering the size. The drive of these cars is apparently incredibly smooth, even at triple-digit speeds. We're talking 200, 250 kilometers per hour. On the German Autobahn, for example, this car rides like a dream, comfortable on the inside, while absolutely tearing up the road on the outside. It's that perfect balance between luxury and performance. That's what the M5's always been known for, and the 2025 model is no different. Going back to the electric motor for a moment, you can actually get about 70 kilometers of pure electric, quiet, non-gas usage driving out of this car. Pretty cool if you're just in the city, if you don't really need to go far, if you can plug this car in or you can charge up that motor overnight. This actually gives the 2025 M5 the badge of having the most range in its class for electric motors. The motor's plug and play, it's super easy. You plug it in overnight. By the time you wake up in the morning, the motor is charged up and ready to go. The 2025 M5 also has 3 driving modes: Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. Again, if you pull that left paddle back and hold for over a second, it's going to put everything into Sport Plus, give you all 717 horsepower that the M5 has to offer, and you are flying, my friend. The 2025 M5 is also all-wheel drive, but it gives you the option to switch to rear-wheel drive, perfect for those track days when you want that power all in the back, pushing you through those corners. You can also set the drive settings to dynamic, which adapts to how you're currently driving. So if you're driving super aggressively on the track, you can put things into Sport Plus or Sport as needed and switch things over. You're basically handing the reins over to the car and saying, hey, take care of me, make sure I don't die. Let's absolutely tear this up. Going into the interior of the car now, again, it was compared to the M4 CS. BMW M5 2025 offers a very comfortable, lazy boy-like seating, which gives you comfort as well as bolstering support for when you're on track, when you're doing tight corners, making sure that you're taken care of and that the pilot feels like that racy driver that he's looking to feel like. Again, this was compared to the M4 CS's bulkier, more minimalistic seating that's a bit more aggressive and a bit harder. You're going to feel every bump in the road. Not in the M5 2025. Very comfortable, and you're going to feel relaxed and confident while this thing is absolutely destroying the road with all 717 horsepower. Like most M5s, except for the very old ones, this car is wide-bodied, has aggressive stance, and obviously the quad-tip exhaust at the back that the M5s are so well known for. I think this is going to be a little bit controversial in terms of if people like it or not, but the kidney grille at the front will be illuminated with lighting. It's going to light up. Is that going to look good? I don't know. Most people hate the new M's until they come out, and then people seem to like them. I think the story is going to be the same for the 2025 M5. I think people are going to hate it until they see it on the road, and then, oh my god, it's insane. But I leave that to you. Comment down below. Illuminated kidney grille. How are we feeling about that? Going into the wheel setup, we got 20-inch wheels up front, 21 in the back. Again, contributing to that on-track and off-track performance. Everything about this car is designed to be luxury speed personified. You can take it to the track on the weekend, and you can even daily it there because it's going to be comfortable in both settings. Again, I think the most controversial parts of this car is the fact that it's hybrid. It's going to have that electric aspect to it. I think a lot of old school raw car guys aren't going to like that aspect. I think it's going to grow on people in the end, especially since the electric motor gives you such extra boost in that horsepower. I think some of the looks are going to be controversial as well, like the illuminated kidney grille. The front end of the car, like with all new BMW M's, has been super controversial. I think in time it's going to be pretty standard. People are going to get used to that look. Anytime something's new, people are going to hate it. When the M5 E60, like mine, came out in 2006, people hated the look. They called it the ugly M5. Top Gear dubbed it the ugly M5, and now it's one of the most legendary M5s to date. So I think with time this car is going to grow on everybody. So what's the verdict on the 2025 BMW M5? Well, it's the most powerful BMW M5 ever made. It's also the heaviest by 1,100 pounds to its second place competitor. It's a perfect balance between raw, hard performance and everyday comfortability and efficiency. The base price of the 2025 M5 will be 120 grand US, and with all the options available to the M5, this number is only going to increase with the more fun stuff that you put on this thing. And that's it, guys. That is everything we know about the 2025 BMW M5 so far. Comment down below what you think. Are you excited for this car? Deliveries begin this year, later in 2024, so it's something to get excited about now, because we're going to start seeing this car on the streets ASAP. If you enjoyed this video and thought it was informative and helpful to you, please leave a like, please leave a sub, comment down below what you're most excited about for this car, or what you like least about this car. I have a feeling that the electric motor and the look are going to be the two most controversial things. For me, for now, I'm going to stick with my 2006 BMW M5 E60. If you want to see more of that car and follow the build process and the journey of me in that car, or just car news in general, like videos like this, make sure you leave a sub, as I said. and I hope to see you guys in future videos. With that, my name's Chris. Catch you in the next one. See ya.